Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Divine Guidance. I'm truly grateful that you are here. Let's tune in and see what Spirit wants to share with you about you and the person currently on your mind. Thank you for your energy, for being present, and for supporting this channel. What's coming through immediately is a very strong message. You mean the world to someone. In their eyes, you hold a special place, almost like you are the center of their emotional universe. They see you as someone incredibly important, someone they admire deeply, someone they don't take lightly at all. I'm also hearing a strong sense of needing your presence right now. This person is craving your energy, your warmth, your reassurance, the way you ground them. For some of you, this could lean toward emotional dependence. For others, it's simply a deep longing to feel close to you again. Spirit wants to gently remind you of something important here. While this attention may feel affirming on the surface, you are not meant to pour from an empty cup. Giving should never come at the cost of your own well being. Be mindful of how much of yourself you offer, especially to someone who draws strength and elevation from your presence. Your energy is incredibly powerful and transformative. There is something almost alchemical about you. When people come into your space, doors open for them, opportunities expand, and healing begins. That's not accidental. Your aura carries a natural blessing. Your presence uplifts not just this person but everyone around you, friends, family, loved ones, even brief connections. Anyone who crosses paths with you is touched by that light in some way, and yes, they are blessed to have experienced you. Spirit is showing me something very important about your energy. When you are present in someone's life, things begin to align for them. Opportunities open up, momentum builds, their manifestations start moving faster. Whether you consciously feel it or not, others experience you as a lucky charm, someone whose presence naturally brings growth and good fortune. You may not always see yourself that way, but to others, your energy is deeply supportive and life enhancing. And Spirit gently reminds you here it's just as important for you to feel lucky in your own life too. There is a beautiful quality to this dynamic. Simply by being connected to them, you are improving their world. That in itself is a gift. But Spirit asks you to pause and reflect. Are they contributing to your happiness and expansion in the same way? That connection matters. Now, the next energy coming through speaks of long term roots. This connection carries a sense of familiarity, stability, and emotional investment. It may be someone you have known for a long time or someone you have shared a meaningful chapter with. There is an underlying foundation here that's grounded and real, not just fantasy or surface level attraction. I'm feeling strong root chakra energy, a sense of attachment, security, and holding on. This person is not casual about you. They are clinging to your energy, holding on to the sense of safety and belonging they feel through you. At the same time, I'm also picking up a note of rigidity. There is a tendency here for them to stay within their comfort zone, to operate on their own terms, in their own frame. Change does not come easily to them. They prefer what feels familiar, even if growth is being quietly requested of them. So, again, Spirit's message is gentle but very clear. This connection has depth and history, but make sure it also has movement, balance, and mutual nourishment. What I'm sensing here is that they are resisting change. They don't want to step outside what feels familiar or safe to them. Because of that, you may be experiencing them as stubborn or inflexible, like they are unwilling to compromise or shift their perspective when it comes to this connection. It can feel frustrating, almost as if no matter how much you try to meet them halfway, they stay fixed in their own position. For some of you, this connection involves or is moving toward a serious long term commitment. This could be marriage, living together, or building a future that requires real world planning and responsibility. There is a very grounded, practical tone here. I'm also picking up that both of you may be trying to approach this sensibly, thinking about finances, stability, timing, and circumstances. Your person in particular may place a lot of importance on being established or feeling secure in their career and life before fully committing. Here is where the tension comes in. They understand the emotional depth of this bond, but they are also very aware that taking this forward would require major life changes, and that's where hesitation shows up. It doesn't feel like a complete refusal, more like reluctance. They are weighing what they would have to give up, rearrange, or risk. The idea of leaving their comfort zone feels overwhelming, even if the connection itself feels very meaningful. This rigidity may have caused misunderstandings or communication breakdowns between two of you. From their inner dialogue, it's almost like they are asking themselves, if I move forward with this, am I ready for the upheaval it could bring? Do I have the capacity for the changes this commitment requires? So, the resistance you are feeling is not about a lack of feeling, it is about fear of disruption, fear of losing control, and fear of stepping into the unknown. What I'm sensing now is that this situation is triggering something deep inside them. It makes them feel uneasy and emotionally exposed, and that's uncomfortable for them. This is not someone who's naturally skilled at expressing emotions or talking openly about how they feel. Emotional vulnerability does not come easily to them. They are very aware that a decision is waiting to be made. Right now, they are standing in a space of uncertainty, mentally and emotionally stuck between two paths. On some level, they know that whatever comes next in this connection would mark the beginning of a new chapter, something unfamiliar, something that would push them far outside their comfort zone, and that's where the hesitation comes in. They are asking themselves whether they are truly ready for that leap. Is this a risk they want to take? Is this a change they are prepared to handle? For some of you, they may have asked you to be patient, or you may feel like you have been waiting, lingering in that in between space. The energy I'm hearing from them is very much what happens next. They are uncertain, unsure how to move forward. It feels like a crossroads moment, either for both of you or at least in their mind. This connection has reached a fork in the road where a clear choice has to be made, and that choice involves choosing you, choosing growth, or choosing to stay where they are right now. There is also a strong fear of being too exposed, of making themselves vulnerable and later feeling foolish or embarrassed if things don't work out. They are deeply afraid of making the wrong decision. Whether they say yes or no, they worry about regret. This is someone who is very hard on themselves. They place a lot of pressure on their own shoulders, and that pressure can become paralyzing. In their mind, the question keeps looping. What if I choose wrong? What if I regret this forever? That fear, more than a lack of feeling, is what's keeping them stuck right now. What they are slowly beginning to understand is that life doesn't come with guarantees. There is no perfect moment, no absolute certainty. You choose a direction, step forward, and discover where the path leads. That realization is starting to dawn on them now. From their perspective, they see you as someone who has so much going for them. Your life feels active, purposeful, and full. You have done the inner work. You are clear about what you want, what you are building, and what kind of future you are moving toward. There is a strong sense that you are ready, and the energy I'm getting from you is powerful and self assured. I'm moving forward with or without you, not from anger, not from bitterness, but from alignment. You are choosing life, you are choosing growth, you are choosing experience. There is this momentum around knowing that life is short, that there is so much you want to see, create, and live fully. It feels like you are standing at the edge of a new chapter, saying, I'm going on this adventure. If you want to walk beside me, you are welcome. You are no longer waiting for permission or reassurance. You are already in motion, and there is a confidence here, an excitement, like you are ready to embrace whatever comes next. Your next phase feels magical, expansive, and deeply fulfilling. There is ambition, focus, and drive around you right now. You are tuned into your goals, your vision, and what you truly want to manifest, and you are no longer willing to pause your life for anyone who isn't ready to meet you there. That energy alone is incredibly magnetic. What I'm seeing now is your side of the connection, how you truly feel about them. At a very deep level, there is this knowing within you. This is my person. Your energy is very straightforward, very clear. It's like, why delay this? You feel the compatibility. You see how naturally you both fit together, and from your perspective, all the important boxes are already checked. In your heart, this feels like a soulmate level bond, maybe even twin flame energy. There is no confusion on your end. Your inner dialogue feels very much like, let's move forward, let's build, and let's live. What's really important and powerful here is that you have recently moved through a personal breakthrough. It feels like you released an old stuckness, fears, limiting beliefs, self doubt, or emotional stagnation that once held you back, and Spirit is reminding you that a miracle often begins with a new thought. Once that shift happened inside you, everything changed. It's like a dam breaking open. Now there is momentum, excitement, readiness. You are no longer shrinking yourself or waiting. You feel alive again, open to life, to experience, to expansion. You have made a decision internally that you are not going to hold yourself back anymore. And even though you are ready to move forward, no matter what, there is a strong desire in your heart to walk this next chapter with them. You have already energetically invited them into your vision, into the future you are building, into the life you are manifesting. And now the choice rests with them, whether that invitation was spoken aloud or expressed subtly through energy, presence, and intention. It has been felt. And what I'm seeing is that they now have to decide whether they are willing to step into that vision with you or let you continue forward on your own. Strong Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Cancer energy is coming through, along with a lot of major arcana, which tells me this connection is not small or casual, it is life shaping and significant. What I'm noticing is a difference in how you and your person view the future. It may feel like they don't fully share your vision or don't quite believe in what you are trying to create. Your energy is very forward moving, almost like life is short, let's live it fully, let's stop overthinking and just go for it. Their energy, however, feels much more anxious. They are focused on what could go wrong. There is a lot of what if thinking coming from them, worrying about outcomes, risks, and uncertainties. rather than possibilities. Fear is very present in their energy right now. Because of that fear, I do feel they are likely to reach out soon, possibly even today or within the next week. A big part of what's driving this is their fear of being left behind. They see you how powerful, active, and in motion you are right now. They know you are building something meaningful, and the idea of losing their place in your life or ending up without you really unsettles them. So, yes, communication feels imminent, but here is the challenge. Even though you are expressing yourself clearly, they are not fully receiving the message yet. The words are being spoken, but they are not landing at the deeper level. It is like there is still a mental or emotional barrier in the way, something that's preventing true understanding. Right now, it feels like you are speaking from clarity and vision while they are listening through fear, and until that fear softens, it may continue to feel like you are talking to them but not truly being heard. What I'm sensing is that the next time you connect with this person, the conversation may stay light. You might not dive straight into the deeper issues or unresolved topics. Instead, it feels more casual, talking about your day, everyday things, almost as if they just want to feel your presence and reconnect with your energy. They are reaching out because being connected to you calms them. They want access to your frequency, and energetically, it feels like you are leading and they are following. You are very much in that confident, grounded, self assured energy. Yes, very much black cat energy, and it suits you perfectly. From what I can see, they are overcomplicating something that does not need to be so hard. The decision they are facing feels enormous to them, and they are struggling to move through it. A big part of this comes down to self worth. Deep down, they are questioning whether they are good enough for you. There is a comparison happening in their mind, feeling like they can't quite measure up, like they can't compete with your growth, your momentum, or your presence. And while your feelings for them are still strong, Spirit keeps emphasizing this. Your energy right now is extremely powerful. We talked about this earlier. This new self concept you are stepping into, this next version of you, this new chapter, it's making you incredibly magnetic. Over the next few years, especially, you are going to naturally attract more opportunities, more alignment, and more people who resonate with your frequency. They can feel that shift, and what I'm hearing very clearly is that they are afraid they can't keep up with where you are going, what you are becoming, and the kind of life that's opening up for you. They worry they will fall behind or be left out of that expansion. So, the hesitation, the indecision, the fear, it is not about a lack of feeling, it is about whether they believe they belong in the future you are moving toward. What I'm picking up on this is that they don't feel they carry the same level of drive or long term vision that you do. There is an awareness within them that you think bigger, move faster, and aim higher. They may not have said this outright, but energetically you can sense it. It shows up in subtle ways: hesitation, delay, or resistance. When it comes to growth, on some level, it feels like they are unsure whether they want to put in the same effort, whether that's working harder, evolving emotionally, or doing the inner work required to meet you where you are. And I want to say this clearly: where you are right now is still early in your journey, not the end of it. That's how aligned and ahead you already are. I can feel how frustrating this is for you. Your energy is very self honoring right now. If I have to move forward alone, I will, but I would much rather share this path with you. You are open, inviting, and hopeful, yet you are also realistic. And yes, at times you are finding them incredibly frustrating because you can see their potential even when they are struggling to step into it. Here is the reassurance Spirit wants you to hear. This situation is going to be okay. I do see them coming through this phase. They may always move slightly behind you energetically. You are the visionary, the initiator, the one who sees the horizon first. That dynamic doesn't disappear, but I do see them catching up enough to walk beside you rather than staying stuck. There is a moment ahead where they say something or finally express something they have been holding back, and it brings you a lot of joy. I am seeing relief, warmth, even an embrace, a moment where things soften, where you feel seen and reassured. This is not a dead end. It feels workable, healable, and capable of growth. That's the heart of the message today. I'm going to gently close the reading here. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. Sending you so much love and light. Take care of yourself, and I'll connect with you again very soon in the next reading. Thank you so much for today.